Welcome to the Shut the Funk Up podcast. I am the well-fed boy, and as always, I am delighted to be joined by
Jay Lit the Kid. What it do?
How is everyone doing out there? We had some busy weeks. Jordan was just telling me about Review City over on his side. I was in Surgery City. I don't know if you can see that. I got a couple war.
Chicks dig scars.
Is that it? I need more. I thought I was gonna have. I was telling you, I thought I was gonna have like crazier scars.
There's two things that chicks dig: scars.
And the long ball?
And the long ball.
Okay.
So
I've got both.
I think you're good. Yeah.
I got both of those down.
You're good.
Yep. Surgery went well.
Yeah.
Good to go. I got surgery. It was a gut situation, so I got 5 weeks of liquid diet.
I told
everyone I tell that to is just freaked out.
I would rather have gone through a much serious and intensive surgery to not have to go liquid for 5 full weeks. I can't imagine. So, like, everything that you're ingesting is completely and utterly blended down to a liquid.
Besides, like, I mean, I've tomato soup and buttered up squash soup, but that's like, you know,
I'm calling that liquid.
It's liquidy. The only thing that's like not like liquid is the mashed potatoes that I made over the weekend, but again, those are they're runny.
Yeah.
They're not like that nice thickened,
did you know
buttered up.
Did you know that was going to be a result of the surgery before you got in?
Yeah, that was the first thing when they were like, all right, like they needed like verbal confirmation of like, all right, so we recommend you want to do it. And like, once I was like, yeah, for sure. He like whips out this paper that he just had ready and was just like, here you go. Look over this. This is some of the, post-op stuff that you're going to have to do. Some of the instructions you have to do. And he's like, I'm going to go out and grab some paper. I'll be right back. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. All right.
Did they bury the lead on that too, where it wasn't even the first thing?
That's a 5. That's a 5. And it just says, like, 5 weeks. Here's what you says, like, 5 weeks. Here's what you can eat. And then, like, for 1 to 5 weeks, here's what you can eat. And it's just basically pureed pasta, fruit juices, vegetable.
Wait,
bro, that was the
pasta was on the
list?
That's
the first thing on the list. And I was just like, what fucking mafiosa Italian douche is just like, has to have their pasta that they're pureeing it. I was like, you can just take that one off. Just leave that one off the list, bro. No one's doing that.
No one asked for that to be put on the list.
But I did like the idea of just like pureeing some like angel hair pasta, making like a nice sauce, with
gravy.
And then like in a bowl, like a soup bowl, like half of it's the pureed pasta, the other half is the sauce.
I'm
just like, yeah. Like Sopranos is playing. I'm like, yeah.
I have you making a bunch of normal food that you would normally eat in any circumstance, and then having to blend it and just like continuing with a normal human diet. So like you make like a pork chop and green beans, and then you just take all that and throw it in a blender and then like sip on it.
That was like the first thing on the mind. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll just like the best thing. And then I was like, nah, see, like that's going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
Because basically it was just like fruit juice, protein drinks, vegetable juice, mashed potatoes was the one saving grace on there, but it had to be runny. And then it was like soups and stuff. And then the rest was just like baby foods and like I've got applesauce. Luckily, I love cottage cheese, so I can fuck around. I'm fucking up cottage cheese, which it's been a while. Fucking so fucking good.
Now, a byproduct of this, which I threw into
smoothies and stuff.
I threw this into the chat, and I got like nothing back from you or Scott. But a byproduct of this is you're gonna look great for beach season.
I'm gonna look great. I'm down to 255, brother. I'm like shedding, especially now.
I don't like that you're creeping into my weight class.
Bro, I'm like, it's pretty much, now that I'm on this diet, it's pretty much a pound and a half a day, because I have and I'm like watching it. It's pretty much a pound and a half every day. When I wake up, I'm just like, boom, it's just clicking down. I'm like, damn, dude, I'm gonna be fucking.
I don't like this.
I'm gonna be balled out, but I'm also like, I'm walking and stuff, because that's the other thing too. Because people are like, oh, you're gonna be so skinny, it's gonna be so great, and I'm just like, yeah, but I'm also not trying to like come out of this, and then I go out and people are like, oh, homeboy looks like sick. You know, I want to come
you
out.
Look sick.
Yeah,
you look sick.
I want people to be like, "Ooh, Alex is looking nice,
you
looking
look
tight,
healthy.
looking fit."
You have a little bit of, maybe it's a little post-op glow going on.
Little post-op jaundice glow.
Look, we were talking about it. You and I. I mean, I think we can go ahead and just put the ballots back in the drawer. 2024 comeback player of the year. This 2024 is the year of Alex. I think that we're getting all the hard stuff out of the way early.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of setbacks, but those are setbacks for a comeback.
I told you and Scott too, and it was, I signed up for a 5K.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Turkey Trot is looking good.
Coming in hot. Turkey Trot 2024. Now, if you weigh less than me and you beat me
no.
at the Turkey Trot on Thanksgiving 2024, I will fling myself in front of a moving bus.
No. I'm still walking.
When is that? That's March, you
yeah,
said?
see, so like I had signed up for it like when I was like, balls deep into like, changing it around, and then like I did the surgery after, so it's like as soon as I'm done with this like diet, it's like a week or two later is the run. So I'm like, oh, because I was gonna use February to like, I'm gonna like train and work myself up to like so I can run a 5K. It's only 3 and whatever miles, but whatever, it'll be cool.
Guy doesn't even know the mile total.
3.1. What is it?
I think it's 3.15.
Yeah. So, and I was like, because I'm gonna try to run it. Blah blah. Like, get my knees.
How are the shoes? We got good shoes.
I got great shoes. I've got like $130 New Balance the running shoes. I went to like, what's it called, the running store, or like whatever it's called. Yeah, the Running Depot or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So. I won't be able to train out, but I'm still like I'm still gonna go ahead. I'm looking forward to it. I'm down. I'm
wow. Where is it? Is it like
it's downtown? It's right across from down right next to Fat Cats. That park. That's what Esplanade Park right there. That's where like it starts and finishes.
Oh, cool.
And you run through downtown.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, we're
2024.
That was a couple things. I was like, what if I make like eggs and just like chew it a lot? And he's just like, no. And I'm like all the fruits and stuff have to be like puree and stuff. I'm like, I can't have like a banana and just like just munch that thing down and chew on it. He goes, no, Alex, you can't. And I was just like, what the fuck are the rules here, bro? Like, god damn it. Because that's my whole thing. I was like, I'll have a hamburger and I'll just chew. I'll enjoy it and then I'll just chew the fuck out of it. Nope. So,
wow.
Even like the pills and medication I have to take, gotta take them out, gotta crush them, snort it. No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay. It's like that. So yeah, it's good. It's good though. I'm totally used to it now. So,
all right.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here.
We're in it.
You're almost on. You're on the other side of things.
Yeah, this should be good now.
You're like the light is at the end of the tunnel. This isn't the light that you don't want to go towards. This is the good light.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're going through the tunnel, and you're basically you're almost on the other end.
Yeah. I should be good after this. This should be good. This should fix the anemia and all the other crazy stuff that was happening. And I think I'll eventually. My eyesight has gotten so much better. These just help now. I think I should have been having glasses before.
Yeah.
So I'll probably get some glasses and like yeah.
Okay.
It was quite the journey, but it was good. It was good. I'm happy with it.
Good.
Yeah. And if anybody out there wants to see the skinny mini, check out the YouTubes. We're live on YouTube still. Hey. We're not live, but we're on YouTube. We're posted on there. We're getting up there. It's a lot of fun. people can see us. Today actually will be a fun one. We've got some visual stuff here at the end of the episode that we'll get to do. So
my bad, Scott.
yeah, an early my bad, Scott. Yeah, so check out the YouTube, and if you guys want to watch the show instead of listening to it. But let's get into episode 133 and recap me on. This is one I'm a little nervous about, of what you thought about Love.
Meh.
Yeah, I knew you would. I was like, Jordan's not cool enough. He's not cool enough.
Not my cup of tea. But I will say,
well, at least was there a couple at least?
Oh yeah.
I didn't think
I liked a lot of the instrumentation and the arrangements of that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's a difficult way, I feel like, to explain it. They have like a thick sound.
Okay.
Like there's certain songs where it's very layered. And there's a lot going on, and I did like that. So it's one of those things where it's like I appreciate the musical ability, and like I get why people like it, but it's just not something that like I would engage in often. So Love for me is probably something that doesn't make it on to the multitudes of J-Lit the Kids playlists, but I can understand why people enjoy it and why it's good. It's kind of got like that early punkish kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it kind of in the same breath of punk. It was when they came out, like no one that there was.
Oh, I could tell that was like pioneering sound.
Early senses of psychedelic and proggy rock way before prog rock was even a thing.
Yeah.
So like when that came out, it was very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I suspected, but
I had a feeling that you had a feeling.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go quickly into our weekly ear candy. It's a new segment that we've been doing where we just give you kind of just one track that we've been digging on that week. And I made a Spotify. It's called Weekly Ear Candy, I believe it's called.
Yep.
On Spotify. So we always add the tracks there. So if you guys ever want to hear the track, go on there and listen to it. My weekly ear candy this week was an interesting one because I'm usually not I love Paul McCartney, love his single stuff on his own, love the Beatles stuff obviously, but I was never a Wings guy.
That is also something that kind of threw me through a loop where I was just like, huh.
Yeah.
Didn't peg Alex for this.
No, but
I love the peg Alex.
Yeah. Yes. But that song is a rare Wings song that is really good. It's a heavier one of his it's a heavy rocker song. It's got a really nice guitar riff in it. So that's why I kind of went with it, because I normally I don't fly with the Wings usually. And that's usually and not no disrespect, but Wings is Paul and Linda. It's him and his wife. That's like the band, and her influence kind of is not needed, if you ask me. So,
hot take alert.
So, and you'll hear on this song, her influence isn't prevalent as much. Okay. But it's got a fucking riff and a half on it. So that was my.
I listened to it a couple weeks ago on my way to the grocery store.
I was like, Jordan will like this one. I was like, this is
it was good. I don't think I'd heard it before, and I was also like, ooh, Wings. Yeah. Like, I knew about them plenty, but I was like, maybe I need to dig in more.
Yours was a fun one. I loved yours.
So, mine was Journal of Ardency by Class Actress.
Yes.
Which,
great song.
We finished Suits. Did you start Suits at all?
No. I'm so in another lane and doing other stuff. By the way, we got good feedback from Fargo. If you still want to hop on that train, Bro Bry, shout out to Bro Bry, and a couple other listeners hit me up that listened to our movie and TV reviews from last episode.
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, yeah.
So we've been in kind of like this period where we're trying to...
Did you finish Suits?
Yes.
Okay.
Ugh, that last season, what a slog.
Eight
seasons.
That's how I honestly... No. That's how they kind of are, most are. I know a lot of people get mad about that with TV
8
shows.
seasons is a
That's
lot.
Yeah.
And they're like 45-minute episodes, like 16 episodes per season. It took us months,
Right. Yeah.
to just finish all that. And we were watching multiple sometimes per day.
Right.
Now, still think it's worth.
Still.
Yeah. It was like.
Was the ending all right?
It broke like streaming records in 2023.
Was the ending all right?
Ending.
Or was it like the typical like didn't know how to end it, or there was a shitty ending or whatever? Because
ending, I will say, it was an appropriate ending.
Okay.
So
Not
it
bad.
wasn't a letdown. There was some closure. They kind of tied things up in a bow. But
Okay.
the reason the last season was a little more difficult was Meghan Markle left after season 7, and so did her romantic interest in the show, and they are a large part of the show, but it's still good.
Whenever I see trailers or promos for it, they always show her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But recently we were,
and then you switched over.
We've been trying to find something new to watch, and we have HBO now. So we were trying out Barry.
Great.
And Barry was
great.
The class actress song was in an episode of Barry, and I was like, ooh,
yeah.
And this is a bit out of my lane, but I kind of want to get off at this exit.
Yeah, I like what you did there.
I did, and then I think I hit you with it, and you were like, "Yeah, known about that for a while, bud."
I try not to do that too much, but I thought, because I used to bang that one all the time back in the day when I was in the band with your lovely wife, and I always played that song, and I remember I think I kind of remember her liking it or knowing it and saving it too. So when you sent it, I was like, "Oh, did Ellie show you this?" And then you even better, you were like, "No, it was in Barry." And I actually remember because it's a credit scene. It's like when it goes to credits.
Yeah,
I remember. I was like,
first season,
great song, yes.
So that was one. I actually went forward a little bit and I added another one, and it is "I'm a Ram" by Al Green.
That's a great.
We were listening to the Stapleton
song.
version of it, and
very soulful. Not.
Oh, great!
Early though, like early Al Green, not like the the gospel-y Al Green. That, like he starts that type of soul. It's like
he's still got the horns and shit going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was because we were listening to the Stapleton cover of it, which is a great cover.
He does a good job.
I was like, let's go back and listen to the original, and the original is just great. Definitely one of my favorite Al Green songs. So yeah. I think, to me at least, the kind of premise of the ear candy is not to put on maybe something that's super, super well known. We want to kind of dig a little bit. We want to unearth maybe something that's a little bit more hidden.
But you can
Al
also
Green isn't something that I wouldn't expect you listeners to know the name Al Green. But I'm a Ram, I don't know. I mean, it's not one of the 1 or 2 or 3 Al Green songs that you're going to hear first.
Right, yeah. If you were like, if you put like, what is it, like Love and Happiness or something on there, I'd be like, okay, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually have another little add-on too. I've been listening to this episode of this podcast called the Fader Uncovered, where it's hosted by Mark Ronson.
Yep.
And he interviews, various people. And in the episode I was listening to, he was interviewing Kevin Parker of Tame Impala, and they're talking about this unreleased song that Kevin Parker did with SZA, and it was produced by Mark Ronson, and they both were just like kind of went back and forth of just like, how is that song like? Because I guess it's kind of it's kind of SZA's song, but like, you know, it's featured, like Mark has no control over it, and he's kind of just like, we got to get that release, man. Like that song is such a banger. And I was like, God, I don't know what they're talking about. The song's called Back Together. So it's not on Spotify or Apple Music, but it is on YouTube. And I swear to God, you gotta check it out, and anyone else there too. It is worth to go find it on YouTube. It's funky, produced by Mark Ronson. It's fucking good.
Speaking of past cocks that we have discussed, I don't know if you saw, but recently there was a new release. Justice is coming out with a new album.
I already pre-ordered the vinyl.
That's why you're my guy.
I just got the email, all in French, coming from Paris. All I said, it said like, "Et va tu vrai track package?" And I'm like, okay, it's they
Free
sent,
baguette.
I think they sent it. I think this link means track package.
Oh well, I have a lot of experience of getting packages from Europe, so I could probably take.
I'll
a look
forward
at that
it to
for
you and you check it out.
Shout out to you, Scott.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But yeah,
did you see the song?
The song is with Tame Impala.
Pretty good.
And yeah, it was a good song.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because you hear the background, you're like, oh, Justice, check. Then you hear the eerie kind of background sampling
His
that
harmony,
is so classic
sound.
Tame Impala, and you're like, oh, check.
It really is.
So,
that's exactly what it is. You're like, check. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. But I'm excited for that as well.
Nice, sweet. Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So there's your weekly ear candy.
Yep.
Jordan, what did you learn these past couple weeks?
Oh, also real quick,
Yeah.
I watched the Barbie movie, which we'll get to that in a second. But Mark Ronson was, I think he did the whole like score and all that for the Barbie movie also.
Yeah, well, I think he did most of it. He did the Dua Lipa song and stuff.
Yeah. But I saw his name flash across at the end, and I go, of course, my guy's always in on that.
So this is why he's over here. He's like, we're watching Suits, and we're always looking for recommendations. Like, bro, you're over here watching Barbie, dog. Like. I know you can't. I know you want to blame the wife, but it's just like
there was been
right here. I'm giving you all the goods, and then you go home and watch Barbie.
First off, she went, of course, with her sister and mother. They dressed in pink, went and saw it in theaters.
That's fine for them.
And it was
so she watched it a second time with you.
It was on HBO.
Oh,
and
I know.
It was Saturday night.
I can't click past it fast
Which
enough.
I always argue we only watch feature presentations on Friday night and Saturday night.
Yeah, man.
Sunday through Thursday are for shows.
We
no
check our phones while it's on a couple times.
Friday and Saturday on the big screen in the living room with
popcorn,
the sound bar on.
Sound bar is up a little louder than usual.
Yes,
right.
So we saved that, for a feature presentation. I said, "You've already seen the movie."
Can't believe you allowed that.
But she's been legislating that over the last couple weeks because she saw it was on there. And I said, I looked at the political capital, worth fighting this fight. And I said, you know what? Not worth it.
I would say it is.
Let's get this done. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
What I learned this week, which I had sent
if you go into a Barbie thing right now, I'm gonna die. I thought you'd be like, well,
Ken was created.
Yeah.
No. What I learned this week is, which is what I sent you this on Instagram, and you said, save this for the headlines, and I said, nope, I'm digging right in on this.
Okay.
What I learned this week is I don't want to say our man, but the man, the myth, the legend, Vince McMahon is down bad.
Did you read I went into the details. Did you go into the details?
So
Did you see the text message? Did you read the text messages?
I didn't read the text message, but he's.
I wanted to read them out loud. I was like, oh, I can't even read this out for the.
He's allegedly being it's accused of sexually abusing, and here we go, defecating on former WWE employee, and it says here. She felt pressure to comply. One particular disturbing encounter in the lawsuit occurred in May 2020 when McMahon, quote, defecated on Miss Grant during a threesome and then commanded her to continue pleasuring his, quote-unquote, friend with feces in her hair and running down her back.
Yeah.
While McMahon went to the bathroom to shower off. End quote.
The text messages are gnarly. I won't even go into them, but the text messages that he sends are insane. They're crazy.
Yeah. So he's
Yeah.
already resigned in shame
Yeah.
from WWE. Just another titan of an industry has fallen.
Off your John Rocker. You're right in there.
Just
the door. That door for that off the John Rocker, it was one of those like mall doors where like the sensor just it sees you coming and it opens for you. It was that door.
I have saloon doors and the wind blew and it just like opened magically for him to just totally walk right into. So
yeah.
Vince McMahon, to quote the famous Rappaport, probably indefinitely a sick fuck of the week.
Such a sick fuck. The text messages are disgusting.
I don't even like it. It doesn't. Once I read that, I go, I'm all set here.
Well, I was like, all right, I need to look into this for the pod, because you had sent it, and I was like, I want to do a little research, so I'm up to, I want to have some knowledge, and I was like, I gotta, because I gotta read these text messages, and I was just like, oh my, I think there was like 3 or 4, and like once I read like 2 of the 3 or 4, I was like, I am all set. Mm-hmm. This is so disgusting.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Not a good what I learned this week, but an important one.
Yeah.
So that's what I learned this week. Alex, what did you learn this week?
I actually, before I get into my what I learned this week, I actually did learn this week too, but I wanted to also give a shout out. I wanted to do a little earlier, but no better time than now. I wanted to give a shout out to a couple listeners of ours, the Nasty family.
Ooh.
Dr. Nasty and Paige. Congrats. I don't know if you did. Dr. Nasty was pregnant. They had their kid over the weekend.
Hey.
So big up to another girl. So congratulations to them. And then also, I got news this week that Paige is pregnant. So congratulations to Paige. Hopefully it's okay. I said that for the whole world to hear.
More importantly, I'd also like to congratulate Paige because she got me the recipe for the bread pudding at Tap 42, and I now have it.
Dude!
Now, she texted it to me, and she goes...
That's big time.
She goes, this makes a lot. So this makes 30 batches. And I said...
Perfect.
I go, I don't need to cut this down at all.
Perfect.
I will make exactly that.
Perfect. Oh, you're going to be the star of the show, the next big dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, and you're going to come in hot.
Happy to report, went for the father-in-law's birthday to brunch this weekend. And, Paige, everything over there? Good. Nice, smooth sailing over the weekends, babe. Yes. So don't you worry. They got it done.
Yes. So congrats to all the Nas all around, the whole family. We love them. So shout out to them. But what I did learn, the one thing I did learn this week, speaking of kind of sort of movies, was in Netflix when the end comes on and the screen starts and it goes don't and it like opens.
Yeah.
Do you know what that sound is?
It is the last sound of like the computer booting up for Microsoft.
You're doing the at the Beatles.
I was
Apple Mac music.
Is it something that I would ever know, or is it so common that you forget?
You don't watch good TV shows and movies clearly.
Oh wait.
Think of the most popular show that Netflix actually did that was the biggest hit for them. It's from that show. I don't know if you'll get it but. What's the biggest Netflix? Not a document, like a show that they produced.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I can't.
You don't
I can't ever. There's
I don't think
so
you've ever
many
watched
melted
it.
together that I don't know. Like what was Netflix?
House of Cards. Did you ever watch House of Cards?
I did. Okay.
Okay. So that sound, that dun like that's when it starts and opens up Netflix. That is the sound of Kevin Spacey's character in the movie. Remember the scene
assaulting a boy.
That was what was so great about that. It was art imitated life in that TV show. No, remember when I don't know how far you got or if you finished, but when he becomes president.
I think I got that far.
Yeah, well, there's the end of it's like the last scene of the last episode of like season 3 or whatever it is, when he finally becomes president, and he's standing in his office, in the Oval Office at his desk,
and he hits the ring on the desk.
The ring on the desk goes. That's the sound.
Damn.
So every time, whenever you guys are watching Netflix and you hear that, you'll know, like, oh, that's the sound from that. Yeah.
I like the blonde lady from that show.
Oh gosh, what's her name? I love her.
I also like the black guy with the rib shack.
Yeah,
he's in The Wire.
Yes, his ribs looks in that too. You want his ribs too. You're just like, God.
Yeah, that's why I remember it.
It's gonna crush me. I can't remember what's her name. I can't remember her. She's Jenny from Forrest Gump. She's Jenny. She's the younger version. She's Jenny. Yeah.
No.
Yes, promise.
I'm not looking it up.
Don't. You don't need.
I'm not fact checking.
I know her. Her name. I know her because I love her as an actress. She's great. She's in a ton of great things. And early on in the '90s, she was smoking hot as an older lady in House of Cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I learned this week. That's that sound. So every time you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, shut the funk up.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I over the weekend we were given a gift for Christmas. Once again, shout out to Scott. And we had a gift from wifey's sister, my sister-in-law, and she also was babysitting, but we were gifted a candlelight performance. I don't know if you've seen any of these like on Instagram where they do these like candlelight performances. And the cool part is that it was down in Miami this past Friday night. And the cool part is that I thought it was going to be like a string quartet. It ended up being a band, but it was all Amy Winehouse covers.
Cool.
And on top of that, it was at the...
Did you tell me about this? I don't think you told me. Yeah, okay.
I've been keeping it close to the vest.
Wow, this is cool.
So, also what was cool is
why doesn't my family ever get me that? Like, what the fuck? I'm like right now, there's just... I have a new stomach. There's jealousy boiling up in my new stomach.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely unhealthy. Don't let it do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Calm it back down. Okay. Now, the cool thing was also, I don't know if you know this venue, but of course I hit up the mayor of Miami, Abraham, who knew everything about this place. The Scottish Rite temple. I saw it and I never, I couldn't wait. Yeah. So the Scottish Rite temple is like the Freemasons, like some shit, and it's this old building that was built like in the early 1900s, and it's right down just west of Brickell, like basically right where Little Havana starts, but like on the east side of the Miami River, if you know where that is.
Yeah, I know exactly.
And so it was cool. So we went down there. And
is it on the river?
No, well, it's like right across the street. That's because when we went there, we realized that we were right next to Garcia's. Which, have you ever been to Garcia's?
No, but I've heard of it.
So pretty well known, like local, kind of been around since like the mid 60s establishment. They do like seafood. It's like a humid kind of seafood
Fire.
place. Pretty good. Yeah, it was good. So we had some dinner, got some cocktails there, and we went over to the Scottish Rite Museum or temple. I guess what it really is. And it was really cool. Now we were walking in and wifey saw this lady with like this beautiful dress on, and she goes, "Wow, you look so great." Turns out that ended up being the head singer or whatever that we saw like out front. So we went inside.
It was okay. Yeah.
So we go inside, and they have like sections of seats that you get to sit in. Now I will say, candlelight. I'm thinking, and there was a million candles there.
I'm gonna say probably needed a lot,
but fake.
Aww.
The fake little like whispering kind of fake flames, which I think makes sense.
It's practical, but damn it,
I know
it would have been so in the Scottish Rite theater or cathedral. I would have been fucking cool.
But also that makes like that would be a place like if we're going into like flights numbers before you get on it. Scottish Rite temple burns down. sounds very plausible.
That's a nice way to go, though.
Oh,
on
yeah.
your Winehouse night cover, like my two best friends die.
She's dead.
Listen,
We die. Yeah.
that
like,
eulogy from me.
both
They
of
went
us?
out how they
A
like.
BOGO?
You guys are doing it. I'm getting you guys a 2 for 1. I'm not paying. I'm not paying twice for this.
That's
shit.
fine. That's fine. You're taking care of Lucy though, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I missed that one. Good one.
So it was cool. Now they were also saying like no food or drink. We get there, there's a bar, of course, so that was cool. And I'm sitting down and I'm looking over, and I'm looking at like this woman over there. She got these curls going on. I go, oh shit, that's one of our most esteemed fans. Alicia was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we saw her, went and said what's up to her. She was there with a bunch of her girlfriends. But it was a good time. It was probably like an hour and 15 minutes. They would kind of talk about like the song, and then the lady would perform it. It seemed to be like all, because there was like a little book there, like was all local people. Drummer was like 19 years old. But
cool.
yeah, they did a good job. She stepped off for a little bit, and they did a couple grooves of like instrumental stuff, because apparently Amy was really and like very well versed in a lot of these kind of older artists and some instrumental stuff.
She loved like Tony Bennett and
Yeah.
all that jazzy. That's the thing about Amy. A lot of people. She had a huge R&B career before she like did the vintage, soul stuff that people know her as for her, what they know her for now.
Yeah, and as you could imagine, I was actually wondering like how many of the songs that I would know, but I was actually probably 50%.
Oh yeah,
I knew a good amount of them. Wifey knew even more, and so we're sitting there, and we start talking to this couple that is behind us, and started talking about the podcast.
Okay.
And she was like super interested into it. We were talking to the wife or the girlfriend, whatever she was. And so I like got on her phone. I saved the playlist. I saved the podcast for her.
Shout out. What was her name? Give me a shout out. Yo.
And so shout out to John, and shout out to Boop.
Boop boopy doop. What's up?
Now, and I go, is that your real name? She goes, no, but that's what everyone's been calling me. But we start talking, and I let her know that it's
Cool
about music, and
shit.
she's scrolling through the feed, looking at all the different peacocks, and she goes, I grew up out in L.A., and she started throwing some bands out. So I'm curious, Mama Stud,
Nope. Nah. Nope. Don't
Mother
know.
Hips,
No.
Houndmouth.
Houndmouth. I know Houndmouth. Yeah.
Okay, but so she was throwing these out. Of course, I wrote them down because I was just like,
Yeah, we gotta do some research on those.
I need all this
Those are probably
stuff.
some like weird.
But
local...
shout out to Boop and John.
Yeah,
they
what's
were
going
super
on? Welcome.
cool. From Chicago. They summer down here or whatever they were saying, hanging out, or winter down here, I guess. But they were both there, so it was a really cool experience. It was definitely something I would do again. And apparently, I think they do them like. With other covers. Well, we're talking about it. It's going to show up on your Instagram like tonight when you're on there. I guarantee.
All right, good.
Candlelight thing.
Yeah.
But I was thinking also that might be a good little situation for you.
Yeah.
If you can get something to commit, get someone to commit to that, that might be a first good, situation.
I like that situation a lot, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want you to take that, but of course. She closed down the house with Valerie. They were making sure no one put their phones out during it. They said, okay, pop your phones out for this one.
Thank you.
Everyone stood up. Everyone was clapping and cheering. And it ended on a high note. And it was cool. It was cool. And this Scottish Rite temple or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. Definitely
that's
like
a good one. That's
yeah. So
Cat killed it on that one.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to Abraham. I don't know if there's like other musical venues there and stuff normally.
Yeah, you gotta drag me out there.
But like that's a very, very cool spot for a show.
Sweet.
So if there are music venues there, like we need to dig into that because like that place was super cool.
Sick.
So wanted to do a little review there because it was something different.
Okay. Yeah, dude.
And Winehouse, I knew that would pull you in.
Fuck.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, from one review to another, the Hall of Fame ceremony. It's in December every year, but they don't really. I think it's on. I forget. I think it's on like a weird channel or something. They just don't do a good job advertising. I actually, maybe they don't even show it live. I think they may not even show it live anymore. But it is now. They just released it. It's on Hulu now.
Okay.
And I watched the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony.
We got Grammys coming up this Sunday.
Yeah,
also,
that's the one you can skip.
We're skipping?
The Grammys is always, because it's the new people. It's they do the lip sync. The Hall of Fame's a cool one because like they induct the people and then the people go and play. And
They're like, we're still gonna make sure that you still got it. Let's see what you got. Give us 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's way cooler. So. But it was, first of all, before I go into it, and I'll just go into each inductee and kind of
who we got.
But it was great. It's if you want to check it, I highly recommend checking it out. If anyone has 2 hours of their time, it was really well done. The performances and everything, all of it was excellent. They cut it and it's all
the same
edited.
Performance that you would have seen had you been watching it live, right?
Yeah, but it's all edited, so it's just like, they're only showing you like, this guy's speech and like, maybe one of his songs, and then like they'll just show this other guy's just his live thing and not his in speech, and then like this guy, like they edit it so they just give you the goods.
Yeah, they cherry picked it.
So It's really well done. So they started it off with Sheryl Crow. That was, I'm gonna go. Those are all the inductees. So the first one was Sheryl Crow, and she did I was very surprised. Now,
I'm actually curious. Do all the artists always do their songs?
Yeah, like whoever gets inducted always usually will walk right over to there's a stage right there next to them and they'll start playing unless they're like really freaking old, and then they'll have somebody like doing it like a tribute.
Yeah. Okay.
Like there's a couple.
Like if they're physically unable to perform.
Yeah, there's a couple on here that I'll go
on the pup list.
Yeah, there's a couple on here that I'll So, but Sheryl Crow did a couple of her songs, and she did them with Olivia Rodriguez, or Rodrigo, the new girl.
Yes.
That came out this year. Did a great job. She did an awesome job. I was very impressed with Olivia.
Okay, shout out to Olivia.
And she played with and on the guitar playing with Sheryl Crow and Olivia was Peter Frampton, who was,
do you feel like I do,
slaying. Like he was just doing just the Lou Lit in between, just like licks in between like lyrics and stuff. Amazing. And then Stevie Nicks was also on stage with them too for a song.
I mean,
amazing.
Now, are we giving Sheryl too much credit because of the supporting cast?
No, that's kind of what they always do.
Yeah.
No.
Because I'm thinking like Prince, When My Guitar Gently Weeps, and he's like on stage with some of the other boys just absolutely shredding, and it's not even...
I thought it was cool because it was like, at least this is what I think they're going for, and this is the impression I got from it. I was like, oh, this is cool. They did the old, veteran like Stevie Nicks, and then they did the one in between with Sheryl Crow, who was, the lead, like, strong, famous vocalist. And then they did the new girl, Olivia on the block, Olivia Rodrigo, and they had them all together. I was cool. Oh, I see what you did. That's cool.
That's cool.
Next one they did was DJ Kool Herc. He got inducted this year. The godfather of hip hop. His was really cool because on his. They did like a little video montage history, and it was fucking cool of like all the footage and people talking of like just the quick history of 1978 Bronx, New York. It was really cool. So like they did that whole story of him, which was super awesome. And then the next person who got the next was Shaka Khan. She got inducted for the second time on her own this time without Rufus.
Okay.
This one was fucking cool, man. Check this one out. It was Shaka Khan up there playing. Common came out for a song.
Love
and
it.
Did it with her. The backing band was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were on like guitar and bass playing with her. And then at the end, the last song, because they did like a medley of like 4 or 5 songs of like Ain't Nobody, like, you know, all of the song. And then Her came out and played.
Ooh. She doesn't miss, right?
She had the guitar. She does not. I was like tearing up how beautiful. I was like, this chick. It was amazing. Her and Shaka going back and forth with their vocals. They got fucking pipes on them. It was blowing your mind, man.
Is her? I mean, she's gotta be just based on like songwriting ability, singing, music. I mean, like she has she's the total package. Is she like underrated? I know she's gotten a good amount of Grammys and stuff, but is she properly rated?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. She's got, you know, her radio songs she put out there. Her albums are bar none. She writes for so many people. Anyone that's ever seen her or watched a YouTube video or any of her live performances, the girl can fucking slay the guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, you R&B, blues, rock, the girl can rip. Yeah. And then, like I said, she's just got just this strong.
Maybe I don't listen
voice.
To her enough, but I always think of her and I'm like, she's so great.
She's amazing,
and she seems like underutilized by Gen Pop.
I can see where you're going. Yeah, for anyone, that was probably one of the most incredible performances of the night. Was that one? The next one was George Michael. Obviously, he's passed away. Yeah. You need to walk that one back. You got to walk that one back. Wham was a great band, and George Michael, songwriting wise, even if you don't like his songwriting ability, it was incredible. Like, he wrote so many freaking songs for himself and other people. Yeah, he was like that. He was the guy that could just like in his like roll out, as my hitting coach used to say in baseball. That guy could roll out of bed and get on base. That George Michael could roll out of bed and write a hit song. So, but Miguel, Miguel did the tribute for him because, you know, he was dead. So Miguel came out and did the tribute for George Michael.
Wait, why?
Because George Michael he's dead. He's not.
Well, I know he's dead, but why Miguel?
He's an amazing vocalist, and
he's great. It seems like when they're like sitting down and they're like putting the fantasy football,
doing a little bit of that
of like, okay, who's gonna do the tribute? And they're like over here with all these guys, and they're like, we're gonna go Miguel in the 15th. Like, that just seems
there's a little bit of that. I see what you're putting down. But then also. Miguel did a song. Adam Levine did a song. I fast forward to that fucking absolute. You know, I got it because Adam Levine's voice sounds like George Michael's voice. It's that same pitch and octave and whatnot. But I was like, no, Adam Levine, I need you off the stage, bud.
Yeah.
But then the third song they did, Carrie Underwood came out. Fucking, that girl can freaking sing.
Oh yeah, she's got pipes.
She came correct.
Where's she been?
Sunday night. Sunday night football.
Sunday night?
No, I don't know. I love her just because she's married to like this awesome hockey player, and she lives in Nashville. So anyone that's married to a hockey player, I'm like, yeah, you get it. You're cool.
Okay.
The next one, this one was actually really cool. It was the Spinners. The Spinners got inducted.
Hey.
And okay. New Edition. Because they're old. The Spinners are old.
Yeah.
They're from, the Motown era. So New Edition came out and represented and did the tribute for them. Did like 2 or 3 songs. Everyone, they were doing all the moves. Bobby, everyone, they sounded great.
Okay.
New Edition did a great job. And then after the New Edition did the thing, it was also, they did a tribute to Don Cornelius of Soul Train.
Yep.
And then they brought down this huge set, came down after New Edition came off the stage, and it was the exact same replica set of Soul Train, and they brought down all the dancers, and then they did like this Soul Train tribute, and it was fucking cool as shit.
I might watch just for that.
It was so cool. Yeah, the Soul Train tribute was so fucking cool. The next one, this was one could have definitely done without, but I'll just made the note of it. Kate Bush. got inducted. You know, we had already talked about a little bit of the Stranger Things bias on that one. But Saint Vincent came out. She did. I love Saint Vincent, but Kate Bush,
Broken Bow.
not my thing.
Oh, no, okay, no.
But then we had Willie Nelson.
Hey, wait. He just got in?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, he's been in for like other things, like with the Highwaymen and stuff like that. But yeah, he just got in on his own.
It's weird that they would
do that.
Put someone in as a group, and then who's also had such a long and lengthy kind of like solo career, and then it be like multiple year. Like you could do a group and then put Willie in the next year, but to wait like 15 more years to then put Willie in just seems like weird.
Yeah.
You know?
But Willie was cool because Chris Stapleton, as we were talking about before, he came out and him and Willie did like, 3 or 4 songs together, just them two, and they killed it. They did like Whiskey River together, just
Stapleton
beautiful marriage.
He doesn't miss.
Yeah, so that was great. This one was very cool too. Link Ray got in this year.
Ooh.
And we love Link Ray. He's a past Peacock. The induction speech for Link Ray, because Link Ray is past. Guess who inducted him? Jimmy Page.
Oh.
Jimmy Page did this awesome speech and inducted him.
Did he
and
play?
Then Jimmy Page played. He was there and played a live rendition of Rumble on the classic double neck Jimmy Page Led Zeppelin guitar, and it was chills, my guy. Chills. It was fucking cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that one was really good. Bernie Taupin got inducted this year. That was
once again, kind of seems overdue.
Yep.
Elton
Elton John's writing
songwriter.
partner. So Elton John came out, did Tiny Dancer, did a bunch of his songs. It was kind of like I was like, this kind of sucks for Bernie because he's the songwriter and stuff, but like it still was Elton out there doing all. It was just like
Elton still gets the shine.
Yeah,
baby.
but yeah, so that was that. This one was really cool. Ice-T did the induction for Rage Against the Machine. And
dope.
It was really cool induction because Ice-T, Public Enemy, Rage Against the Machine, like those are guys that were,
that's all fist up.
Fight the power, Rage Against the Machine. I mean, it's all in the name right there. So his induction speech was great, but was even cooler was then Tom Morello came up for the acceptance speech, and Tom Morello's speech was fucking powerful. It was so cool. He, was talking about how to make change, do the change, talking just had a really well-rounded speech and everything. It was really cool, really powerful. And then he sewed it all up beautifully. Because when he talked about his mom, he goes, "My mom couldn't be here tonight." He's like, "But my mom, she's a Seattle history teacher, and still to this day, because I want to leave you with this quote, and that she told me to tell you guys tonight." And he says, "History, like music, is not something that happens; it's something you make." And it was a really good acceptance speech by Tom Morello on that. And then the last thing to close it all out, which was beautiful, and she brought down the fucking house, Missy Misdemeanor Elliott, dude.
Hey,
she came out, did like
Virginia,
all the hits,
up.
just like minute and a half fucking of all the hits, just up and down the stage. It was dope. It was dope.
It's funny you mention her because I know that you could put together a serious playlist of this, but I was listening to the original Ann Peebles' "I Can't Stand the Rain," and I've been making a playlist of just all original sampled songs. Of course, Missy Elliott did "Can't Stand the Rain."
I mean, I have a playlist that I've made that's pretty, as you know, any place I make is pretty fucking intense.
Yeah, yours are too long. To be honest,
no, they're just extensive. They've got it all in there. But I have a playlist on my Spotify that's called Hip Hop Sampled What? ? And it's got It's got all of them. Every
I might
single
have to pilfer that.
Oh, get in there. Trust me, there's so many in there. You're like, oh my God, that's it. It's actually fun.
Yeah, so it's one of those that I'm like making, but like I'm not adding to it until I hear like the original.
Go check
so
out
I almost
mine.
don't want to steal them because then I
already did all the
it.
work for you. It's all it's all in there.
But Missy Elliott, we kind of I feel like are a little jaded because we grew up at the time when she was, putting all that music out with Timbaland and just like. But she's got a catalog.
Yeah.
She's got a serious
and she
noteworthy catalog.
That's another thing. Like you people like might be listening. They're like kind of maybe scoffing. That girl wrote tons of songs for Alicia or for Aaliyah and just like so many other artists that you don't even know about, brother.
Yeah. So. And she's a big advocate for like I always loved. She's a big advocate for dancers like in the background of songs. And, she had that, her name was Allison Stoner, who was, like, one of the small girls, like, in one of her videos and kept using her as she got older, who then became, like, a professional dancer.
Cool.
And all this cool shit, too.
Good. Yeah.
So she's always been, like, a fan and someone that has pushed the arts forward, like, in her music, on top of, like, super cool fucking videos that she's put out. So there is not, I don't know if you could say a woman in the rap, hip hop game, whatever you want to call it, R&B.
That's something that I would say hasn't gotten her.
There is no one like Missy Elliott.
Yeah,
there is only one. So good for her.
Check it out. It was really, really. I thought I was like at the end of it, I was clapping. I was like, well done. It was really entertaining.
Might have to put that on.
Like I said, it's 2 hours, and you those can get like crazy boring, but it was awesome. And so yeah, check it out. It's on Hulu.
Sweet. Before we get into this Peacock, I got a couple quick hits for you.
What do you got?
I don't know. I feel like this would totally be up your alley. But Levitard was talking, I think last week, about this Cameron and Mace.
I checked it out.
No?
I checked it out because there's another podcast that they were talking about it. And I listened to 2 episodes and I was like, nah, this ain't it.
No?
Nah, it was the ones I listened to were just a lot of sports. And I'm just like, oh, I definitely don't want to hear sports from these guys because it's just like, 2 guys that aren't in sports talking about sports. And it wasn't. I was like, this isn't entertaining. This isn't that good. So and I thought it was going to be. I was hopeful.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah.
Well, the reason I bring them up because what Levitard was basically saying is he was talking about OJ because they have OJ on as like a correspondent, which got me thinking. What do you think?
Should we have him on?
What do you think the odds are that on OJ's deathbed?
A confession?
What do you think the odds of a deathbed confession from OJ?
High. I think he'll absolutely deliver that.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Because that was what I started thinking
I think he's already got it written down and it's in a place that it like, it's like the Banksy painting. Like once it gets sold, it gets shredded. Like once he's got something like connected to
the executor of his estate is going to have like something already
He's got like something that's already implanted like connected to his heart. And like once the last electrodes like go, it automatically unlocks like this safe in Vegas.
And there's just it's a VHS recording.
It's on VHS.
Well, because
it's actually on like one of those things that we had back in elementary school where they wheel out the TV that's strapped into the thing.
Yeah,
and it's ready to press play.
Well, the whole reason I was thinking about it was because Levitard brought it up and I totally forgot, and I want to throw this out.
That he was a murderer.
I forgot that he wrote a book called "If I Did It."
Oh my god, yeah, that's why I was.
Do I need to order this book and do a book review of "If I Did It"?
I'm still waiting for you to finish the Crown one because that one had me on the edge of my seat. But yes, I heard it's amazing because he basically goes through the whole thing and does like the whole thing of like, he goes through the trial and like all the things and all the evidence stuff. He's like, if I did it, I would have. It was basically just like I would have covered up my tracks in this way. Like he just goes through like how he would have not gotten away with it.
Well, because the famous thing they always said on Levitard was, that that OJ won't go back to LA because he could be sitting in a restaurant not even knowing that the killer is still there.
Yeah, that's
so
like
he won't go to LA.
It's kind of what he says. Yeah.
So I think that might be something we need to research a little bit. I might
get
need
it.
To,
I would love
might
that.
need to get into that. So,
Yeah.
But you're saying that there is a higher than 50-50 shot that we're going to get the deathbed confession.
I don't think anybody needs it, but knowing him and his ego, yeah, he'll do it.
I need it.
Oh, you're not convinced?
No. I'm 1,000% convinced.
Oh, okay.
But I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
You're a kid that just likes a nice deathbed confessional.
I mean, when's the last time we even got any type of
They're
good
rare.
deathbed confession?
No one does them anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
Bring back the deathbed
OJ,
confessions.
I'm just saying you're getting up there.
Give us the juice.
It's something.
Right at the end.
OJ,
Squeeze the last bit of juice.
OJ, give us the juice.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that we have submitted all of our Deadpools, but I was thinking about it once again with the
someone
the
picked Terry
Levitard
Bradshaw, and he was not on the. I was watching this week's.
I think that was Wifey.
Was he okay? Yeah, because someone picked him, and I was watching
I'd actually
the pregame.
love if she won because I might get some fringe benefits.
And Kurt Menefee was like, right from the start of the broadcast, he's like, Terry's not with us today, as you guys can see. He's at home. He's a little ill, but he's recovering now. I was just like, oh shit,
here we go.
Oh shit,
here we go.
I was like, damn.
Now I'm just wondering. I'm going to throw this out there. I actually don't know how old he is. Excuse me. He still is with us. But I'm wondering if this was a missed opportunity. And I don't know if he would have counted because I don't know if he rises to a certain level of celebrity. Bob Ryan.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one.
I think that was a missed opportunity.
I think that was too. I think that's
we're putting him on a watch list. 2024 watch list.
Yeah.
Bob Ryan.
Yeah,
Now, we're gonna have to open the doors here. As you know, Nick Cannon, famously terrible pullout game.
Yeah, pullout game week.
Right? I think he's up to 12 or 13.
He's creeping up to Antonio Cromartie numbers.
Cromartie is the GOAT. Then we have Nick Cannon. Just below him, we have Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
But we have someone new that we need to put on the list, and I'm just saying we are now on the lookout.
Okay,
Cam Newton welcoming his 8th child.
All right. Okay, that's cool. We got another person on a different type of watch list.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're just Cam. I know you do the whole dressing thing. You got the whole text, on Instagram or on X as we call it nowadays.
No,
Twitter.
we call it Twitter still. This podcast calls it Twitter.
Now you're at the Ocho. I'm just saying.
Welcome.
Think about slowing down. You're younger than us, I think.
No, get to that double digit, babe. Let's go. Get these numbers up.
So we're just keeping an eye on that situation. We're monitoring that.
But I love that. I like that.
But we're at number 8.
I like that.
8's too many.
8's a lot.
Now it's time to unpack. Finally watched the Barbie movie. Have you seen it?
We have to talk about this quick. This is a quick hit that we can quickly move past.
Yes, it is.
I really don't. I don't think
world's
anyone
most
wants to
okayest movie.
I don't think anything you're going to say is going to be anything new to anybody listening or to me. In fact, I'm getting a bit enraged that you even you watched it. I don't know why.
Isn't it funny though that Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie, neither of them were nominated, but of course Ryan Gosling was as just the man in the movie.
Well, that's for the new one, not the Emmy or the Academy Awards.
Yeah, for that.
The Golden Globes, they were nominated for a bunch of stuff, but they didn't win. But their paintings were in a bunch for that. And I was just like, you thought you were going to win what? Dude, it's the Barbie movie. Just be happy that you're getting some escargot at your table. Get out of here.
Yeah, world's most okayest movie. We're going to brush right past that. But exactly what I thought it would be. Wifey, I hope you liked it. You ruined a Saturday night feature presentation.
Yeah, she owes you one now, so I that was smart of you.
So we know now that my last one here before we get into the Peacock, as we both know, both teams have punched their ticket to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Which now I want to discuss because I know we gave it only a little bit of shine when it happened originally, but I want to break down your expectations for what we think an Usher Super Bowl
I called it, by the way. I
halftime-
called it.
Super Bowl halftime
I want to go on record that I called that halftime performance last year. No, there's no, Go back and check the record. It's all recorded.
You guys out there, check the tapes. I'm not going back.
I'm excited. Yeah, it's going to be so good. Are you? Yeah, I can't believe you're not. I mean, I'm a big Usher guy, though. I loved, My Way, 8701 album is just a classic to me.
First off,
I love all his shit.
If the lights go down and the lights come back up and we have him in the junkyard
with the eye patch,
with it's actually like an eye
with the eye over
it's
it,
an
isn't
eye
it?
It's like the lid on the top,
on
the bottom with the lashes.
Will you be in?
If that is how he starts it, I'm back in.
I'm surprised because I'm pretty much. I think it's going to be a pretty big ATL night. He's from ATL. I think he's going to bring Luda and Lil Jon and all that. I think it's going to be a big ATL celebration. I'm surprised that you're not in.
I guess my thing is, and I'd have to really think back, but I think of Usher as R&B.
Yeah.
And I don't know how well typically R&B has fared as a Super Bowl performance because I'm looking for high energy and I'm looking for electricity and
he's gonna do like DJ Falling in Love again. He's gonna do his new. He's got so many goddamn hits, bro. He's got those. So there's gonna be so many. You're like, oh my god, he did. That's right.
But if you all right. So if My Way starts, I'm in. But if he goes into Let It Burn,
oh yeah,
you see what that's what I hope
he
doesn't.
I see what you mean.
I don't want it to be
type of R&B.
That where it's like, yeah, of course you're gonna go into and
I'll be surprised.
Bring Luda and Lil Jon out.
I'll be surprised if he does You Remind Me of a Girl. I'll be like, oh, we can. You don't have to do that.
That's the stuff that I'm worried about. That,
but I want him to do. You Don't Have to Call.
Yeah.
Let me get that Pharrell beat on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to Make Love in This Club.
That one. I don't know if that's gonna be suitable for the Super Bowl audience.
Careful with the just thrusting of the.
I gotta make sure I'm still good. That was my first thrust.
And
since I think I'll be back. I think.
But those are my concerns.
Yeah,
I need high energy.
It's going to be, I think, one of the better ones. I think.
I'm just, and here's the
just
other
has
thing,
so many hits.
and I know we've talked about this in the past. Sometimes it's an ensemble of people. I like it better when it is one main person or one main band with a little sprinkling of some saxophone off to the side.
I agree.
I don't want the ensemble to have to hold up
much.
Usher in a way that he couldn't do it without.
I expect him doing his thing, and then pretty much the end shebang is going to be Luda and Lil Jon come out and they do That's going to be then everyone's going to be like, that song never gets old to this day.
Well, we have about 2 weeks.
And he had that vacancy in Vegas for so long, so he is ready to go.
Oh no, I don't doubt his dancing, performing. We'll see about singing. I'm hoping that he's got the pipes. He's got the pipes. So I'm gonna be. I mean, you've ruined that. I know we've talked about it, but you've ruined it for me. To where
as soon as you see it, as soon as you sniff a lip sync out, you're like, oh, this sucks.
Well, no. Anytime I'm watching a performance now, Macy's Day Parade, Christmas, anything at all. The first box that I'm checking in the performance, it's not the music, it's not the background, it's not the pageantry. Are they lip syncing?
Is that goddamn backing track going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's the only thing that I think about, because if they are singing, they get even extra credit for even if it's not great. But if they're not singing, I'm downgrading you, and I'm going to downgrade you even more if you're actually a really great singer.
Yeah.
Too. Because, like, now I'm like, you've sold out. Fuck you.
What are you
doing?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
why are you even doing this if you're not going to be up there just flexing those pipes?
Right, yeah.
You know, if I ever see Adele lip sync, like, shame on, like, that would be one of the travesty of the highest order.
She would never.
She would never.
She'd be like, yo, I have a tick in my throat. I can't perform tonight. And
Correct.
we would all go, thank you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, Usher, you're also on the watch list because literally we're both going to be watching it.
Yes, yeah.
And we will be picking you apart, and then we will obviously review it the week after.
Yes, yes. Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. You ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's get into this week's Peacock. In music, I've got a very fun one for you because I got a book from our buddy Scott. And it was a book about it's the 60 songs that defined the 90s, and it's been a lot of fun to read. A lot of really cool
60 songs that defined the 90s.
Yeah, the guy starts off, he's like, yeah, I didn't want to do like 90 songs that define the 90s. He's like, I thought that would be corny cliche. I was like, yeah, it's right there for you. You should have just taken it.
I'm just trying to think of like a 60 song.
No, 60 songs.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, how is this working? 60 songs that defined the 90s?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to sprinkle in. I'm hoping Collective Soul maybe even made the top 80, 90. Ace of Base?
Yes.
Okay.
Ace of Base is in there.
Okay, perfect.
So I've been reading the book. It's been great. And in the book, it talks about this guy, and it reminded me, I was like, oh, that's right. This guy is such a huge deal, especially in the 90s. But he's just the super producer that you never heard of, and his name is Max Martin.
Max Martin.
February 26, 1971 to present. He is a super producer. He's wrote so many pop songs and radio songs that you know and love or don't like at all. He's the mastermind. He's like developed. Basically, he calls it like math music. He literally has like hold on, let me get a little sip here. He developed like this, basically like an algorithm for how to create the perfect pop song. And he has it down pat. So
opening, verse, chorus,
bridge.
Verse, chorus, bridge,
No.
Chorus, end.
The guy knows how to write a melody. He's the man. Carl Martin Sandberg grew up in Stockholm, Sweden.
Ooh.
He's a Swede.
Okay.
And he actually, just to go ahead, he is so big, he has this, tree of producers, like just how they have coaches' trees and stuff in sports. He's got a tree of Swedish producers ever from him that now there's like 7, 8 Swedish, these huge, also just super producers that have
Swedish
come
House
out.
Mafia.
That have come out from, that have worked under his tutelage, that have also just have prolific careers now writing pop and pop songs. So
awesome.
He's that dude. As a teenager, he wrote, he sang in a bunch of bands before finally joining. Get ready for this, a glam style funk metal band called It's Alive, and I checked it out. It's on Spotify, and I swear to God, it's a funk metal band.
Does it slap?
There's it's not like, but it's like, I was like, let me hear this, and I was like,
seems
wow,
disjointed.
This is a funk metal band.
Okay.
This is hilarious. They didn't do anything big anywhere, but they do have a lot of stuff out. Dropped out of high school, as the geniuses always do, to pursue music full time, and he signed with a major Swedish record label that was owned by this guy named Dennis Pop. oddly enough. And this guy, Dennis Pop, saw Max's talent very early on for songwriting in the beginning, and he took him under his wing and showed him, everything he knew about songwriting, and Max absorbed all of that, and this guy Dennis Pop was the early on influence and mentor that showed him, how to write a song and songwriting skills, basically. His first big collab though was with Ace of Base.
Hey,
on their second album. He collabed on a couple songs, but look at that, Scott's calling me right now.
Scott, I'm sorry.
But his that collab actually led to the Swedish record label that he was on, the American record label Jive Records, the infamous Jive Records.
Yeah.
Asked them to come and work with their artist and write a bunch of songs for their artist. And the very first album that he worked on and produced was the Backstreet Boys' first album. And he wrote "Quit Playing Games with My Heart, As Long As You Love Me." Like, that's all Max Martin. He wrote those. Those were the first big ones, and really set him on the trajectory to, he wrote. There's another one he wrote. Robin's "Show Me Love." You got to show me love. He wrote that song. Next, he wrote and produced "Hit Me Baby One More Time" for Britney Spears.
I think I've heard that before.
Yup. Which that song was passed. Max originally gave it to Backstreet Boys. They said all set, and then he approached TLC and they said we're all set. And so we gave it to this unknown Britney Spears, and she said, I'll take that. And the rest was history. He also wrote "You Drive Me Crazy" on that same album.
I mean, that right there set him up for life.
Yep, and there's a bunch more in there. I'll go through.
What's that royalty check look like every month?
I got numbers for you, just because I know you I like the numbers, so I threw the numbers.
Might have to look up the net worth.
I got it. I did it for you because I knew I was like, Jordan's gonna want to know, so I already did it for you.
Okay.
Next, he did a bunch of stuff, but he also linked up with Kelly Clarkson, wrote "Since You've Been Gone." The guy's just churning. He's just a hit factory, as you can see at this point. Fast forward to 2012, though, because I wanted to get this in here, because this one, all of my Taylor Swift fans come in closer. You know how they say when you're on the first day of a class, everyone's in the back, and the professor makes everyone come to the front.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing now to all the Taylor Swift. Come to the front of the class, please.
All right, Professor.
Because I know the Taylor Swift fans always love to say how she writes her own stuff, and she's the one, she does everything, and she's the cheat. And I've always said, here's a perfect example of what I'm fucking talking about. He collabed with Taylor Swift and wrote "We're Never Getting Back Together."
I don't know any of her songs. So
okay,
I don't
we're
know.
never, ever getting back together. That's Max Martin wrote and produced that whole song. Thank you very much. He wrote "I Knew You Were Trouble When You Walked In." Wrote that song for you Taylor Swift fans. And went on to co-write and produce 10 other top 10 songs for Taylor Swift. So we need to put to bed all of this narrative of homegirl does it all herself.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It is. Everyone's she's the one that everyone's like, well, she's the only one that writes all of it. No, she has a writing team. Been saying this for years. No great, huge radio or pop music star writes their own stuff. It's just not. The record labels just won't let it to happen. They're just they want money, and so they go get the guy that's going to make them the money.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's all.
Everyone go to the back of the room now.
You can all go back now. I just want to go through a couple of credits for him. There's a bunch of songs here that he wrote that I just want to note, and then I want to get into accolades and awards and stuff for him. But song credits: wrote "NSYNC," "It's Gonna Be Me." Wrote Katy Perry's "I Kissed the Girl."
And I liked it.
Wrote The Weeknd's "I Can't Feel My Face."
Love it.
Wrote Justin Timberlake's "Can't Stop the Feeling."
Yeah.
Wrote Usher's "DJ Got Us Falling in Love." Wrote Ariana Grande's "Side to Side," and he wrote John Bon Jovi's "It's My Life."
Oh,
It's
nice.
now so guys are just an absolute walking hit factory.
Yeah.
Now, some of the cool little accolades and awards and just pile on of just why this guy's the shit. He has the third most number one hits all time that he's written, and the only person he's behind is Paul McCartney and John Lennon.
Oh,
and
I don't know if you've heard of them.
That's because of the Beatles. Just back then, there weren't enough people out there to compete with them, so they just had a ton of number one hits. So he's third most all time behind them, and he's only like 3 or 4 behind them. So
wow.
there's that. He's tied with the infamous George Martin. Again, George Martin was the guy who produced all of the songs for the Beatles. For the most top 100 hits, he's tied with him for number one. He's won Songwriter of the Year for a Grammy 11 times. 8 of those 11 times were consecutive.
That seems like a dynasty that will never be.
That's insane. That was when I was like, Jesus Christ, I know he writes pop songs, and there's going to be a lot of our listeners on here that are going to snob up, but those things...
By year 5 or 6, they were just like, God, we gotta fucking
he's
get
a
someone new in
genius. So there's that. 5 Grammy Awards, for various things. He's won Producer of the Year. All of his singles... that he's written that have this big names has tallied. Guess how much all of his singles has tallied to so far in royalties.
I mean, the Hit Me Babies and the early stuff has just been around and been clocking him dollars. Plus the Taylor Swift, I think.
Don't overthink it too much, but it's a lot.
Amount of royalties in the last basically 25 years. I'm going to go 20 million.
135 million.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
135 million is what he's...
I didn't want to go too high, and I was thinking in my head that too high would be 50 million.
135 million. That's how much that's how much the songs that he's made are just cashing in.
So I think you've said it before, or maybe this is a line from the King Contrarian, your father, but he's going out to the mailbox with the wheelbarrow.
Yeah, he's going out to the mailbox with the John Deere tractor.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yep.
The big bulldozer.
Yeah.
He's Lionel Richie and whatnot's going out there with the wheelbarrow. This guy's beep. Beep,
oh, we were backing up the Brinks truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he goes down to the mailbox, and then his net worth, and this is till in 2017, so it's probably more. Guess what his net worth is, my guy? Because I know you're a net worth daddy.
I'm looking right now. I'm trying to get an updated version of it.
260 million. That's his net worth.
That's crazy.
It's insane when I started going in and because I knew about him, but when I started getting into it, I was like, this guy is a juggernaut.
I have updated numbers here of 350 million.
There you go. The guy is, and he's still to this day. He's still last year. He's still writing hits. There's still radio hits. He's still writing them. The guy is the definition of a super producer. He knows the exact, algorithm and algebra of writing a hit song and melody. It's quite impressive.
In 2017, in the last 12 months, he had earned $54 million.
It's insane.
So it's the snowball that's just rolling downhill, and it's just it's just gathering up shit.
And like I said, he still works to this day, still turns out hit, and he's opened up this record label in Sweden / music producer academy where he now is just churning out these just Swedish and there's, like I said, you can look up there's a tree. I went through it. You won't know any names, but there's a tree, and then all of them just writing tons of fucking just radio smash hits.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Very cool.
Yeah, Max Martin.
Good one. That was a good one.
Yeah. All right, so before we get out of here, we do it every year, usually around this time, because Jordan is always super late with his gifts. So it's actually right on time.
It was my fault this year, but I want to point to sometime very recently in the past that it was Scott's fault.
Okay, we do our gift exchange, our bro gift exchange. I've already sent my gift. Scott already got his.
Scott, I have given proof of life to Alex yesterday.
Yes.
That the gift has apparently come from Europe and is officially here.
These are from Scott.
All three?
These are all from Scott. And then I'll give you mine after.
We got some weight.
Yeah,
going
there's one of those. I'm just that one. I'm like, what? That's a weapon.
3 gifts. Now, Scott, I also got you 3 things, but I had to wait for the
from
first
Thailand.
From Thailand, yes. So we have here first. The fuck? Oh, a knife sharpener.
Okay, that'll do. That's
I'm wondering
up your
if this is a theme.
Okay, is that what the heavy stuff is?
I don't know.
Spoiler alert. I have no idea what any of these are, by the way.
We have here now.
Is it a knife?
This is okay. We have a cast iron.
Ooh.
This is like a burger press, a meat press for the grill.
Cool.
That's
actually, I like that gift.
Yes.
Is it by Lodge?
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 Got a restaurant quality sear to smash a burg. Press some chicken, sear a small steak, lock in flavor.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Those are the knives. I like what he did here. This is good. You are a chef. You got you're a flatty daddy. So all of this is checking out.
Beverly's Materials. Oh, it's open.
Oh, it is?
All right. We have here. Okay, we are correct.
We got some new.
Just one.
Ooh.
And it comes in a nice sheath.
Ooh.
Let
me see that steel, son.
So you pull this off because that's how it's done.
Damn, bro. You hear that? Give him a little MFR. Give him a little LSMR. Someone just got so satisfied right there.
Okay,
wow, that's a nice knife.
I like this.
Damn, good job, Scotty.
It feels good in the hand.
It's a cooking knife. It's a cooking knife.
Oh,
Jesus.
Okay. All right.
Come to YouTube, Scott. Guys, if you want to check out the gifts. Come to YouTube.
Scott.
This one is from me.
A+, Scott. Let me put this back in its sheath. I actually just like the container that it's in. You know, I've always said that I wanted to be like, you know, one of the guys on Chef that has the knives that are in the thing that you roll out. Like the leather.
Yes.
Like, and I've always said that that's like how you know someone's like serious about the cooking and all that type of stuff. So I always wanted to be that guy. But I do think that this is a good starting route to get there. And I can pull this out when people come over and unsheath it. And so people know that, like, I'm about my business.
I like the idea of you, like, doing that and rolling it out, and there's just that and only that knife in it. And you're like, there's more coming.
Yeah. All right, so this is from you.
That's from me.
Thank you, Scott.
Yes.
What is this packaging here?
Listen, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to see that this is just like a piece
Amazon
of...
I think it was a filler from another Amazon package, so you can't see the gifts.
Okay, we have we got a Shut the Funk Up podcast trucker hat.
Yes,
so love
specifically
that.
made. And if you like it, or if people like it, go up there and actually check. Get a little close up on the camera, so if people like it, we can. I was thinking about maybe we can, make some more of these. So yeah, check it out on YouTube.
Beautiful.
Yep. So we're getting.
Get that on the lid. How do we like that?
Let me see. Ooh, it looks good.
Right?
Yeah.
And we got some other stuff in here. Let's see what we got. We have a
This one I got long. You were supposed to open it up not this late.
Laser Wolf Fort Lauderdale, but it's also the Miami Dolphins logo. Absolute Hall of Fame shirt.
But you see, it's the Laser Wolf as the dolphin in the logo. It's cool.
I just want you to see that I'm going to not wear this Dolphins shirt anymore. And now I have on my Laser Wolf.
And I like how it says Fort Lauderdale and, friends of the pod.
Is this like a
Chris.
shirt even available
It was
in stores, or is this a limited?
It was super limited edition. As soon as I saw it, I told Chris, I was like, I gotta have that. And he was like, go on the website. They actually, if you go to their Laser Wolf's Instagram, they have a little link in the bio, and they have a beautiful shop, a merch store that they opened up. I don't know if it's still on there because it went quickly, because it was made like right when in the beginning when they were hot. But I was just like, that is the coolest, one of the cooler designs I've seen them do.
Oh, absolutely,
it's a good one.
Yes. Shout out to Chris and the boys and Chris and Jordan over at Laser Wolf. You guys, my number one spot and my number one shirt now.
I forgot since I bought it how it looked at it now. I'm like, oh yeah, that one was cool.
All right, we have one more thing in here. Looks to also be some type of shirt or clothing item. We have here. What do we got? Ooh, okay. I am now part of the Stu Gotts army. Wait, because I'm Stu Gotts. Right?
I was about to say you're my Stu Gotts, and
that's me.
I also you're always coming to the Moss Miami, so I was like, my guy needs some gear too.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Now, I want to send a precursor here. I have thank you to Scott and Alex. Now, let me go bring this sucker in. Now, I also wanted to.
I'm about to say, I don't see how you hiding. Is there? We said we were exchanging today, right?
Huh?
We said we were exchanging today. I don't know if
I got it here.
You've got mine hiding.
Yeah, I got yours here.
Okay, I didn't see you hide it. It's the biggest box, bro. I'm so excited. I haven't been opened a box this large since I was like 6 years old. This is exciting.
Now, let me get that in front of you.
It's so
Hold on,
big.
big boy.
Look at how big this is.
Let me get back down here.
Oh
now,
my god. Tell me when. All right.
let me just.
Wait.
Yeah, just real quickly.
It's blocking. It's so big. It's blocking me.
No, it's fine.
In our shop.
It's fine. I told you that I would tell you the story, but I wanted to wait until we got on the podcast. But
always a good story, by the way. I just want to, before you get into it, I don't want to mean to cut you off, but Jordan's with these gifts. There's always a story that goes with it of either a gift he was gonna get or a story behind the gift that is almost as good, usually if not better, than said gift.
I want you to rate the story, and then I want you to rate the gift.
Oh, shit, okay.
Okay? So, as I told you, we got HBO, and I downloaded, like, the HBO Go or Max app or whatever. And
they changed it, like, 5 times, so it's okay.
Yeah. So, I've been, and I think you know this about my wife, but I'm a giant West Wing fan.
Yes.
Yes. Have you ever seen the show?
Nope.
Okay. So, my wife absolutely abhors ever watching it. She won't let me watch it on the TV. Our Wi-Fi password for a while was no West Wing for a long time.
That is funny.
But
that is funny.
I was watching one of the episodes back because I'm rewatching all 7 seasons of it, and it takes forever.
Sneaking them.
Totally sneaking them in when I can.
I have you watching it, and then when she comes in the door, like at the end of the day from work, you just running and grabbing the remote real quick and just like switching over to Barbie real quick, like, hey, honey.
Yep, 100%. And in one of the episodes, these people, yep, this is tied back to a West Wing episode.
It hurts for me to laugh.
In one of the episodes, they start talking to some people from NASA and how they want money for a study, and they talk about the majesty of space, and Bradley Whitford, his character Josh Lyman,
I totally know who those people are.
Bradley Whitford, you know him.
What else is he in?
He's the lawyer who's trying to take the company from Billy Madison. Eric.
He's got it.
He's Eric.
Got it.
Okay, so Eric is basically not convinced by the majesty of space, and the hot lady from NASA is like, pick you up at 8. And so she drives him out to the middle, and now go ahead and open it. Drives him out to the middle, and they were talking about the beauty of space and all this other stuff. And I just had a wild idea, and I said, you know what? Let me see. My guy is turning a new page in his life. Maybe I can get him something a little different this year. And then this idea came to me. Yeah, why not?
It's so big.
All right, so he's opening the box.
There's another box within the box.
Oh, we have another box within the box.
Another box within the box. This is so... I haven't, like... You forget how much fun it is to open big boxes, and I haven't done this, like I said, since I was a young child. So this is quite exciting for me.
Good. I also have had a pit in my stomach for like the last couple weeks, wondering if you somehow already had this.
Okay.
I don't think you do.
Oh, dude!
But
this is sick, dude. It's a telescope.
Yes.
This is... You have outdone yourself.
Yes!
You have outdone yourself.
Yes!
Wow.
I just want,
I'm into this.
Are you?
Bro, I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, this is like N64 kid on fucking Christmas.
Yes!
Wow.
Now, what I learned very quickly was when I was researching these is that there are obviously different levels to this shit. So, there's ones that are, like...
Go slowly. Wow. Yeah. The Stargazer, dude. Check this out.
The Celestron.
Dude.
Astromaster 70 AZ telescope.
This is sick.
Yeah?
This is tight, dude.
Okay.
I'm CC.
Okay.
Very intrigued.
Okay. I am ecstatic that you like it.
That's so cool. Yeah, because I have the thing on the app where you can look up, and I always do it whenever. And
was there?
This is so
and
cool.
this is why I had the pit in my stomach. And maybe I'm thinking of the wrong house. At one point ever, did you have a telescope in a house? A white telescope?
Yes. Yeah.
Where was that?
It was at the apartment that me and Ian were lived on the
Oh, okay.
Over on 15th Street.
Yes. See, because I ordered it.
It was dilapidated though, because it was cool. I was like, man, this is so cool. But the gyro wheel on it was like totally shit, and I was like, it was just for looks. I was like, I always should tell Ian, I was like, you gotta get this repaired. This thing is so cool.
Yeah. So I had that in the pit because I ordered it. I had a couple beers, and I ordered it, and I was like, this is gonna be dope. And then I was like, oh no, I think he might already have one because I remember seeing one at some point.
This is tight. Now I'm just like, okay, the chair that's in like the guest room, bye.
So
make room.
Eric in the episode,
okay,
they're out in a meadow.
10 on story, 11 on
yes. And so Eric was out there with the lady, and she goes, look, and she goes, this is a view of, Venus. This is the closest Venus is ever going to get for the next 36,000 years. And he's like, whoa. And then she goes and look, and she actually has a remote in her hand that fucking positions, like she said, yeah, and it does just like, and it like sets it up perfectly. And then she's like, now check this out. And she's like, that's the fucking Milky Way. And then she's like, and he's just like, whoa. And you can tell he's kind of blown away by it. And I was like, you know what? I think Alex might enjoy this.
Did you see the new images from of Jupiter that just came out?
Yeah.
So I was looking
from the web.
I was
from the web.
Yeah. I was like, I looked at them yesterday. I was like, these are so fucking sick.
Well, my guy,
you killed it, dude.
All right. Yes.
Oh my God. We'll see you next week. I gotta set up my telescope, brother.
Later.